What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight 8610 and today we have our Yugioh Arc-V episode, what is it, 57, 58, and 59 review for you guys. Yeah, I have 3 episodes this time because I got really behind on the episode reviews. But anyway, the episodes were actually pretty good though. I kind of feel bad that I kind of got behind on them. So anyway, basically what happened in these episodes, seems like Dennis ends up dueling twice. We have 2 different duels with him, kind of, I guess, giving him a little bit more character development. I still think he's the one that like double-crossed the Exceed Dimension or something like that. So I'm hoping that him and Kurosaki will actually have a complete duel at some point, because there's the handicap thing in what was it, episode 58. You know, Kurosaki duels against them, and there's a whole handicap thing where he has 1,000 life points going against Dennis with 4,000, and then also the duel didn't even finish, although it looks like Kurosaki might have won that. I'm not really sure if he would have won that in the end or not. You know, we don't get to see, unfortunately. And so I can't wait to see on that. I think like they're going to end up being sort of friends. Like he's going to respect Dennis as like an XC user, and then all of a sudden it's going to be like, it's going to be revealed that he double-crossed them or something. And I don't know if Dennis will end up being sort of, you know, feel bad about it and be a good guy in the end, or if he's really going to end up being one of the main villains of the series. I'm still kind of waiting and kind of wondering what's going to happen on there. But yeah, in the first episode that we're going to, I guess, talk about for this is going to be 57. So basically everyone's just scattered everywhere, you know. Yuya, Selena, and Shingo, and Rira? Is that his name? Yeah, the little kid. They are all with Crow over there in his house. They're kind of learning about what's going on in the Synchro Dimension, like everyone else pretty much is. And then we have Gongenzuka and Dennis, which were together, and they're just basically evidently becoming street performers to try to get attention so that maybe we can find the others. That's what Dennis keeps saying. Kind of seems like Dennis keeps trying to get in the way, sort of. You know, I don't know if he's trying to buy time for the fusion dimension or what his plan is. I know they keep saying, of course, they're looking for strong duelists, but it kind of makes you wonder, because supposedly, I guess he is the enemy in this. You know, he was, you know, on there with Yuri, so he was like, I guess, teammates or whatever's going on there. We still don't know anything about that. So that's what I'm kind of wondering. Is he just trying to buy time for them, or is he, you know, just being himself on that? I kind of wonder. But, yeah, we end up seeing a duel with Dennis versus Gongenzuka, which is really cool to see. I mean, I love seeing the Super Heavy Samurais anyway, and it was really fun to watch, a good duel, and it was kind of funny because, you know, Gongenzuka was supposed to be the villain, supposedly, for it, because they're, like, just pretending and stuff and being street performers, and Dennis was the hero, and then they reversed it. And I thought it was kind of a interesting duel, just kind of fillery sort of episode, I guess, but it was pretty fun to watch, so I enjoyed that. Then with episode 58, we go on ahead, and there's this one guy that ends up, which we see in the opening. I forget his name. There's so many names. I swear, there's so many names with Arc-V. I feel like it's the one Yu-Gi-Oh series where I'm having the hardest time keeping up with all the different characters. But anyway, there's this new guy who evidently has underground duels, and they're legal and they can like gamble on them stuff too. He ends up seeing the duel with Gongenzuka and Dennis, and then sees that, you know, they're using some new form of summoning, because they haven't seen, of course, Exceed Summoning or Pendulums. They don't know anything about any of that. So he takes them to underground dueling. That's where they find Kurosaki, and evidently he's like been dueling against everyone. And we even get to see what was his name? I think it was like Hunter Pace. I don't know if that was also the Japanese name. I think that was the English name, at least, for the guy that was using like the Ghost Rider looking cards, the ones we got from like the, what was it, the Wii game, the Riding Duel game. It wasn't like the normal Yu-Gi-Oh game, but it was for the Wii, and you would get like the Burning Skull head and all 3 of those different cards. Anyway, we get to see that guy there. So I thought that was kind of a funny thing to see, you know, some of the 5D's characters kind of back in here. And so he ends up defeating him. And that's whenever we see Dennis and Kurosaki kind of arguing, because, you know, Kurosaki doesn't see him as being a real XC user because he's not from the XC Dimension. Or, as far as he knows, again, we don't know if maybe he's from there or what's going on. I don't know. But yeah, so they end up arguing, and they both, of course, you know, if you win 10 duels, you get to go to this Friendship Cup, and then in the Friendship Cup, I guess if you win that, you get to go against Jack. And of course, everybody wants to duel against Jack, and that's what we pretty much see throughout these 3 episodes, is that they're just really building up Jack, and I can't wait to see a duel with him on there. Hopefully it's not going to be too much longer. I think it's going to be pretty soon, maybe within the next couple of episodes or something, we'll at least see Jack in the episode. I hope so. That's what I'm looking forward to. And also, I'd really like we saw Yusei. What the heck happened to Yusei? Seriously, is anyone else wondering this the whole time they're watching this? Because I'm watching it, I'm like, you know, for Yusei and the others to save the world, where are they? You know, it seems like the world's not in too great shape, because we hear Crow talk about how awful evidently it is around there and everything with the tops and the commons and everything. So I'm just kind of thinking, man, maybe they couldn't have changed it. I don't know, maybe it takes more time to change it. But it's kind of like, you know, it was more hopeful at the end of 5Ds, and now it's just kind of like, well, crap, nothing's changed, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just me thinking that. I don't know. But anyway, we get to see the duel with Dennis and Korosaki, and they're just kind of going back and forth on the duel. You get to see all the rank ups to the Raid Raptors. I think there was a new Raid Raptor XC in this as well, which they always look awesome. They're one of my favorite archetypes from Arc-V. Can't wait to see more support in the future for them. Still hoping they'll end up being more meta in the future, but yeah, I'm not really sure if they are yet or not. But not in the TCG anyway. But yeah, we end up seeing that duel. It was pretty cool because they end up just going back and forth really on it because, like, you know, one will be like they're about to lose and the other one, and it was really fun to watch. But like I said, it ends with really nothing because, you know, they get captured by security before that, and Gongensuka does as well. So we get to see all three of them get captured. And then finally moving on to, I believe, what was episode 59, which is the newest episode, we get to see Yuya talking more to Crow, and Selena and Shingo are sick of waiting, so they end up going out to try to find strong duelists, and I think, of course, find the other Lancers. So, you know, Crow and Yuya aren't too happy about that. And so basically they end up talking to about, you know, what makes a person really happy. Is it smiling or being full, you know, instead of just being hungry? And they end up dueling, which was awesome. I was hoping to see the end of that, but again, seriously, they, you know, they get captured by security during that duel, so it doesn't get to finish. So I was hoping to see, I think we see a new Synchro Monster from Crow, because I don't remember that one, so I believe that's a newer one. We don't know its effect, I don't think, or anything was revealed, because it was, like, ended right as soon as the Synchro summoned it. So I was like, it's like, come on! That's what I was looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing new cards from Crow and Jack. I mean, that's the reason we're in the Synchro Dimension. You know, that's how we all feel, I'm sure. So it's like, come on, you know, I was hoping to see some really cool cards from them. But unfortunately, that gets interrupted, and yeah, it looks like they're all going to the detention center. Is that what it's called? I forgot exactly, but yeah, so it looks like everyone's going to meet up and end up going there. The ninja guy, I forgot his name, but the ninja lancer guy, he ends up showing up and saving Riera from being caught. And I guess Yuya didn't know that. He didn't see that in time, but Selena does. And so he's worried that, you know, something happened to him, and he's, you know, trying to look out for him like a bigger brother sort of thing. And so it looks like he's going to be upset in the next episode about that. But yeah, looks like next episode they're in the detention center. Kind of brings me back to the, you know, the memory of whenever Yusei was in the detention center, and, you know, going to the Iron Chain Repairman and all those different Iron Chain cards, I guess. So I'm looking forward to that. Maybe that guy's going to return. I'm kind of wondering. Or the old man is also going to be in there with his different cards that he used. I forgot, like the Crystal Skull and what was everything that he used. It was pretty cool. Like Indiana Jones cards, I guess, right? Crystal Skull. But yeah, it was pretty cool episodes. I mean, like I said, I pretty much just watched all three back-to-back because I've been kind of busy. But episodes were pretty good. I'm just hoping, you know, we're going to get a little bit more pacing going, because I want to see duels with Crow and Jack, honestly. I mean, just like everyone else on this. So can't wait to see that, and want to learn more about Dennis. Hopefully, you know, we'll know his backstory very soon. But yeah, tell me what you guys think of this episode so far. Are you enjoying it, not enjoying it, or how do you feel about it? Or what do you think, you know, is Dennis' story behind all this? Because like I said, I think he was a double agent on it. Nothing's really been proven yet on that, but that's going to be my guess for now. So yeah, let me know what you guys think on it. As always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. And of course, I will catch you guys later. See you. Hope you guys have enjoyed my latest video. Be sure to subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos, as well as check out my other two channels, CyberKnight Games for Let's Plays, and also CyberKnight CCG for Card Fight Vanguard openings. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.